Hi, hello, journey friends. Welcome back. I am making a special video for you guys about how to stop your nighttime snacking. Check it out. So in today's video, I want to go over 5 tips on how to stop your nighttime snacking. So nighttime snacking, guys, I used to do it almost every single night. It was ridiculous. Like, as soon as the kids were in bed and I was able to just eat whatever I wanted without little eyes looking at me and being like, well, can I have some of that or whatever? Like, yeah, it was just game on every night. And there were a couple different side effects to that. Number one, weight gain, right? Nighttime snacking played a huge part in me shooting up to 250 pounds. So definitely undesirable results from that. As well as at my highest weight, I was also experiencing a lot of disrupted sleep. Because of that extra weight gain, I was snoring a lot, but not only that, I was having a lot of heartburn. Like, the things that I was eating at night were not feeling so great as I laid down, and the burning was coming in my chest and up my throat. It was hard to get asleep, as well as I felt like I would get so hot at night too, right? So I was constantly tossing and turning because I was just so hot and throwing off the covers. Anyways, it's a no bueno situation, guys. That nighttime snacking is not only increasing your waistline potentially, but also disrupting your sleep. So let's get going on these tips. Tip number 1, guys, you gotta decide, are you doing it or are you not? And commit to it. If you don't want to do the nighttime snacking, then you need to make that commitment to yourself. One of the things I like to tell my clients is don't waste your time arguing with yourself, going back and forth on it. If you've decided it, there are good reasons that you made that decision, and now you just got to stick by it. So quit going back and forth, wondering what's in the pantry and should you have that snack tonight. Just be done with it. Don't do it. And if you get yourself caught into a argument with yourself where you're just going back and forth, making yourself miserable, well, sometimes when things or people are throwing tantrums like my kids or me and my toddler brain upstairs, sometimes it's just time to put the baby to bed. You know, maybe you really just need to go to bed and try again tomorrow. All right, so number 2 would be a to-try list. Now, what's a to-try list? All right, so basically this whole weight loss thing is going to be an experiment in you, right? What I do for myself personally is not necessarily going to be what works for you. And what you think might work doesn't always pan out that way. So what I find is best for our brains is to not tell ourselves what not to do, but to give clear instructions on what it is we want to do, right? I'll give you an example. When I talk to my children and I tell them, don't color on the walls, right? That gives them one thing not to do and endless possibilities of what they could do. Well, I could write on the floor. I could write on my face. I could write on the dog, or I could write on your car, whatever it is, right? There's a million things they could write on, but all I've told them is to not do one thing. So do the same thing for yourself. Don't tell yourself no nighttime snacking. Write out a 20 item list of things to try instead of nighttime snacking. This will be a more clear instruction to your brain on what it is you want to be doing. And then as you try one and it works, great, try it again. Keep that in rotation. If it doesn't, cross it off, move to the next one. So number 3 would be change your routine. Change more than just, I'm not going to nighttime snack, right? We are creatures of habit. We're creatures of routine. For me, my routine was put the kids to bed, go to the pantry, grab a snack, sit on the couch, turn on the TV, eat, and enjoy watching your show, right? So when you just take that one component out, your brain is like, wait, hold on. We haven't completed the sequences of events that we usually do every night. Why are we not getting the snack? Get the snack, Andrea, get the snack, right? But if you change multiple pieces to that schedule, to that routine, it now becomes a new routine, right? We're now just doing things differently. And it can be a lot easier for your brain to go, all right, we're doing it differently now. We're doing a new flow. We're starting something new. So it could be something as simple as hanging out in a different room or even just choosing a different spot on the couch. It could be doing a different activity like your to try list. But all of that will help you to settle into a completely new groove instead of trying to take out just that one portion. Tip number four is to close down your mouth at night, guys. Once you are done eating dinner, if you are done for the evening, then let's go ahead and pamper our mouth and get it ready for being done for the day, being ready for bed, right? We always close it down right before we go to sleep by brushing our teeth. But you can move that up. You can move it up to right after dinner and like pamper it to the nines, right? Brush your teeth, floss your teeth, do a little mouthwash, put some chapstick on, get feeling really, really good. I don't know about you guys, but I don't have a lot of time to be doing the same thing twice. So once I brush my teeth for the end of the night, like that's it. I'm not eating anything else. Plus, if I do decide to eat something else, it's probably not going to taste the same. That toothpaste taste ruins everything. So tip number four, like I said, close down your mouth. Just go upstairs, clean it, make it feel beautiful and fresh, and be done. All right, so tip number five is self-care. What does that mean, right? Well, when you get that craving at night, a lot of times it is not really that you are actually hungry. It has a lot to do, at least in my case, it had a lot to do with how the day felt up to that point, or something that I was worried about for the, coming day. But I really getting in the practice of asking myself, like, what am I really hungry for? Or if I wasn't hungry, I would be feeling blank. And a lot of times I was feeling stressed about my day. I was feeling anxious about something that was supposed to be happening tomorrow. I was exhausted, right? Dealing with all the kids all day, especially in this pandemic, homeschooling, working full time, all of that. Like I was exhausted and I wasn't putting enough joy into my day to refill me. So if I ask myself, like, what am I truly hungry for? Or if I wasn't feeling hungry, I'd be feeling exhausted, then how can I create some rest in my life? Or how can I rejuvenate myself? And so I'm not talking about facials and manicures and stuff in terms of self-care, but really finding that need deep within you that needs to be filled. A lot of times, women who have husbands who work odd shifts or whatever and they're home at night alone, loneliness can creep in. Food does not create connections or intimacy with others. So by eating, you're just delaying that and prolonging that feeling of loneliness. So in that way, self-care would be, sending a text or giving a phone call out to somebody, right? Reaching out and making a connection with somebody rather than, sitting in that loneliness and then creating shame and guilt by eating those snacks when you really don't want to be nighttime snacking either. So really dig in, figure out what's going on in that moment so that you can really truly address that issue. So final thing, guys, I have a bonus tip for you. So if you are not ready to jump and go cold turkey, no nighttime snacks, this tip's for you. Instead of bringing home those nighttime snacking culprits, maybe your thing is chips or cookies or ice cream or wine. I don't know. But just don't bring them into the house, right? If you are still learning how to do things differently, give yourself the gift of releasing the pressure by not having it staring at you in the pantry. Just don't bring it in. Instead, get some alternates that are healthier and more nutrient dense. So if you wanted to, you could make, a small baggie of maybe like a mini charcuterie in a bag, right? A few grapes, maybe a couple crackers, a couple pieces of cheese, and a couple pieces of deli meat. Pre-package these though. Do not just have large containers. Portion them out into little pre-packaged single serving sizes and commit to just eating one. And that will help to move you towards being healthier without totally getting rid of that nighttime ritual of snacking. So comment down below, guys, which tip you felt like would be the most impactful for you. I would also love to know if you have any other tips that you use to curb those nighttime snacks. All right, guys, please give this video a thumbs up if you learned anything new. And as always, subscribe to my channel so that you stay up to date on my journey and tips for yours.